qualifying time at Spa, one of the mightiest tracks on the Formula One calendar. Long straights, up and downhill, Eau Rouge as well. This track isn't for the faint-hearted. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimising what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
Hi guys, Brown here, welcome back to what is part 13 of my F1 2019 career mode. Here today for the Belgium Grand Prix, and we've actually caught up to where F1 is in real life, but it's taken a little while. Obviously F1 is pretty much finished the summer break now. It's the Belgian Grand Prix weekend this weekend as I'm recording this video, but into qualifying for our Belgian Grand Prix, and let's see what we can do on this lap. So as we head down through Eau Rouge, which is so satisfying to take flat, in my opinion, we have a little wobble at the top of the hill, and that is the result for Q1 then. So into Q2, into the bus stop, through the bus stop. I was really struggling to get the bus stop right. I was just finding that braking point was really hard. Into turn 1 we're going to La Source, and we've already messed up the lap. That was actually us doing a qualifying lap in fact. So as we cross the line, that's going to put us into P9 and into Q3 then. So those out of Q2 are Grosjean, Stroll, Magnussen, Norris and Butler, and of course our teammate, because who else would it be? So Q3 now, cross the line on our first lap and go P8 after Lewis Hamilton goes fastest, was P7 for a couple of seconds. Into the bus stop though for the final time, out of the bus stop up to the line, and that's P9.
Nice job.
So not a bad position to start the racing for the race. It's Lewis Hamilton on pole. It's a Mercedes 1-2 from Vettel, from Leclerc, pretty much 2 by 2. Let's get into the race.
Who doesn't love the Belgian Grand Prix? It's the race, of course, that gave maiden pole positions to the Jordan and Force India teams, with Rubens Barrichello and Giancarlo Fisichella respectively. Jordan, of course, would then go on to better that here in 1998 with their first ever victory. And you can guarantee that something special will always happen at Spa-Francorchamps. But what that something is today is anybody's guess. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Now I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. They come into this race with a healthy championship lead. I don't want to say the title race is over, but surely it's going to take something special or catastrophic to change the outcome at this point.
Certainly there are worse positions to be in, but it's vital they don't let complacency creep in. As soon as you let yourself think it's over before it actually is, that's where everything can and often will go wrong.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Lucas Faber and Perez, Raikkonen, Brown, Verstappen and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Magnussen, Devon Butler and Albon, Ricciardo, Norris, Nico Hulkenberg and George Russell. Kubica and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid, and with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So the strategy for this race is going to be a one stop from the soft onto the mediums. This time I am going to do a one stop. We don't know a repeat of Hungary, as the 5 red lights come on here in Belgium. It's lights out and away we go. It's Mercedes. It's Mercedes into turn 1. Hamilton does well to cover off Vettel. Leclerc's trying to go around the outside of Sebastian Vettel, and we've gone through a dive bomb into turn 1 into La Source. Everyone getting through it cleanly there. We're side by side with Lucas Weber and through Rouge then, and now through Radion. We've done him through Rouge. What a move that one is. And now he's coming under pressure from those behind him. Bottas pulls out to have a go at Hamilton, and now there's a massive train in the background. Everyone side by side as they go through the sort of chicane. There goes Verstappen right round the outside of Kimi Raikkonen. Now as they come flying through, we're all over the back of Sergio Perez, trying to get past him. And just like Hungary, we've got a good start. We're just behind the top couple of teams, behind the Ferraris and Mercedes, but we skip on a couple of laps. Perez is gone, and here comes Max Verstappen. Pulls to our outside, and he's just not close enough to us there. We defend beautifully into, I'm not sure what the corner's called, as here comes Gasly round, no, this is, sorry, Verstappen on us, round the outside of us, just like he did to Nasser, and I think it was 2015 when he was still at Toro Rosso. What a move by Max Verstappen. I've got to give him some credit for that where it's due. What a move, but I ain't letting him get past me like that easy. As we head into La Source and now down. Perez just about second half up the road from myself and Verstappen as we go through then Rouge, and we're going to get a run on the Red Bull. Obviously Max Verstappen is basically his home Grand Prix. We swap in the dummy and go to his outside, and right round the outside we go, and we get the job done and re-overtake Max Verstappen, and now hopefully we can get our foot down and chase after Perez. But we skip on a lap going down the Camel Straight. That isn't going to work out for us, as here comes Kimi Raikkonen then on Max Verstappen, but he can't get there, and Verstappen tries to get past us down the inside. We defend, and now Verstappen's left defending Raikkonen. But we went wide there, we went very wide on the exit of that corner. Verstappen's back down our inside, we're going to have to defend round the outside, run that long left-hander, and now into the very tight left-hander that's up next. And now we've squeezed out Verstappen, and here comes Raikkonen on Verstappen, free pull on Verstappen, defends. As a lap later here, they come again. Here comes Raikkonen and Verstappen. They're free abreast now, alongside both of us, heading into, I'm not sure what the corner's called. They're free abreast, you can see, great camera angle, and we've squeezed, how is there not contact between Raikkonen and Verstappen there? We've squeezed Verstappen out. I didn't really realise that Raikkonen was on the outside of him. Raikkonen has got Verstappen, and now we've defended Raikkonen very, very aggressively at the end of the Camel Straight. Skipping our lap now, heading through Blanchimont. Here comes Lewis Hamilton after he's made his stop, so he's just been flying out at front, and he actually backs out of it. I squeezed him a little bit, but not much. But into the pits we come for our one and only stop then. Good stop, 2.5 seconds. Can we beat out Max Verstappen and Raikkonen? We can't beat out Raikkonen. And I think Verstappen is just at the road from him. So we've got a lot of pushing to do in this race. But if we skip on a couple of laps, we go side by side through Raikkonen and we do it right on the outside of Perez, just like we did to his teammate on the opening lap. You can see we skipped to the end of the race, so wasn't really a lot of action after getting past Raikkonen. I was just going round and round, no one really wants to see that. But Lewis Hamilton has won the Belgium Grand Prix, and we go very deep into the bus stop. Obviously the rain, it did make the track very green, very slippery, and Raikkonen tries to get past us on the line, but we just get him in the end, so that's going to be a solid P6.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So then, Lewis Hamilton has won the Belgium Grand Prix from Charles Leclerc and the other Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. Sergio Perez got a great result in 4th. Max Verstappen finished in 5th. We came home in 6th. In terms of the constructors, the drivers, Hamilton's now got a healthy lead, and in the constructors, we're getting close. We're just now 9 points behind Haas, so we're getting somewhere. Let's go and talk to Claire.
Have your take on it. Devon did much better in today's race than he did in qualifying. Were you expecting that? Things looked close between you and your rival for a bit, but you came out on top, didn't you? It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? Appreciate your time.
So after talking to Claire about some questions I don't really care about, I don't really care about how Butler did in that race, but you can see we've won the rivalry with Albon, and we're sitting quite comfortable in the rivalry with Magnussen as well. So this is the R&D. We've got a healthy margin of points. Obviously we've got, if you remember back to Belgium, we've got that ERS upgrade coming in for Italy. So hopefully that comes in. That hasn't failed. That was a major, so that took 3 race weekends. You can see that just there coming in, and we're going to do another upgrade as well, just to come in alongside. So 1 on the engine side, 1 on the more technical side of the car, and hopefully for the aero as well. As there we go. So that is pretty much, that's all our points spent, and hopefully we'll have 4 upgrades coming in for Italy next time out. 3 upgrades even, sorry. So hopefully that will come in for Italy. As you can see, it's just changing some components in the engine. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, it would be appreciated. If you like this content, subscribe. Until Italy though, goodbye.